Well, hello there, fabulous authors. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome back to RTTV, which is Reading Transforms Television. I am so excited. We are back after our hiatus, and today we are talking about 5 simple tips that you can be using to create simple videos as an author. Now, we do have a ton of content on Reading Transforms all about video, how to use video, how to film video, how to make video, how to do video without being on camera, all sorts of amazing things over in our fear-free filming course. And in some of the really great resources we have. This is not that. This is something separate, independent from it, that every person needs to know before they jump on and try to do a simple video as an author. So we are giving you 5 practical tips for that today. Let's jump in.
Welcome to RTTV, brought to you by Reading Transforms, with your host, K.M. Robinson of K.m. Robinson Photography and Reading Transforms. If you look to the right of your screen, you will note a chat box. We encourage you to ask questions and comment throughout the show. Our moderators will be watching the feed and collecting questions for our hosts to answer during the end of the broadcast. Use the red question mark tab to differentiate your questions from your comments in the feed. If you are a member of our Facebook community and our weekly newsletter, your notes will be emailed to you shortly. Make sure that you are active this week in our Facebook community for deeper insights into how to apply this into your marketing strategy and for ongoing support. Welcome to the weekly live broadcast that will revolutionize your author branding, book marketing, and social media marketing strategies.
So I am so glad to see you today. Like I said, we do have our fear-free filming course over at Reading Transforms. We've got our free webinars about creating videos. We've got a ton of resources, articles, tutorials, and amazing things over at Reading Transforms that will really help you create these videos. We train you how to do videos without being on video, and we talk specifically about why video is so important to be using as an author and as an entrepreneur. So we know that the social media algorithms, they value text the lowest, then photos, then video, then live video. And that is because that is ranked based on how people interact with these things on their sites. So people will scroll past text. They will maybe pause to see your photo, but then they'll keep swiping through. They will stop to see what your video is about. But if you're live, if they see that you're live broadcasting right then, they will stop and they will find out what your video is. So you do have a few seconds to get them hooked and then keep their attention on your video. And social media recognizes that video is more important than photos and way more important than text because people like that more, they interact with that more, and they stop to watch that kind of content more, and they interact with it more. So that is really important for you to know going into this. As an author, as an entrepreneur, there's no excuse for you not to be using video. It is so essential within your branding and your marketing on social media, and it is kind of what is going to get your content shown more. So more people will stop to watch videos, therefore Facebook, Twitter, Instagram will show your videos more than they show your other content to people because they know that's what more people want to see. So using video is essential, and even the most timid, shy, camera shy person can do video. We've got all that information over at Reading Transforms. Make sure you check that out. I want to jump into these 5 tips that you can do to create simple videos as an author or an entrepreneur. And the first one is the way you hold your camera. So I need to let you know you need to be using the highest quality camera you have access to, whether that is a professional level camera, a consumer level camera, a point and shoot type camera, the camera on your phone, or the camera on your computer. You need to get yourself on the best quality that you have. So as a professional photographer, I have a ton of cameras. This is just one of my many cameras. I have one that's better than this. I have one that is more consumer than this, and then I've got this baby. And this is what I use to film most of my videos. I do not necessarily use my lower quality things. So while I do have a camera on my phone, I do not use that unless it is to something specific. So if I'm doing Facebook Live and I have to film it through my phone, then you'll see phone quality videos over on my site. But to see my more professional videos, we're talking about these babies. So use the highest quality camera that you have, and that is going to work best for you. Now, learn your technology. That is really, really important. You got to understand what you're doing with your technology. So if you have a higher-end camera and you don't understand it, take the time to learn it. Lots of tutorials online. Figure it out. Learn how to use it. Let's talk about how you are holding your camera. So for the most part, if you're holding a camera, you know you're going to put it this way and you're going to shoot this way so that you have the wide version of your video. If you turn it this way, you're going to be upside down and your video is going to be a little weird. So that's pretty self-explanatory, but we need to talk about how you're using your phone. So if you are an author who is using your phone to record your videos, if you hold it like this, you will have black bars on either side and your video is not going to look very professional. If you tip it like this, it will be more landscape, it will look more like a video, it'll have the resolution of a phone camera, but if it's the best you've got, then that's what you're going to work with. It's going to look better as long as you hold it sideways. Do not hold it like this. The only time you are going to see a video like this that is acceptable is if you are pulling it off of either Instagram stories or Snapchat. So if you go on my personal pages, and you are, not personal, but my business pages for my businesses, you will see that I do have some video that is up and down like this and black bars on the sides, but I have covered it up with writing or information so that it is relevant to the person and they know I did not unintentionally film myself up and down instead of sideways. I pulled it from the social media platform that forces us to go this way. So Instagram stories and Snapchat does not allow you to film this way. You have to film up and down because that is the way that your phone goes, and when people are watching it, they're holding it like this and they need to see it up and down. So if you are pulling something from Instagram stories or Snapchat, I suggest you do overlays on the sides with words, with your website, with your social media links, with whatever, so that it looks a little more professional. Otherwise, film it sideways. Very, very important. Now, the second thing we need to talk about is your lighting and sound. So here's the deal. You need to have good lighting and you need to have good audio on your videos or people will not watch them. So let's talk about lighting real quick. As a professional photographer, I had tons of tips. These are all on Reading Transforms. You can look these up. I specifically have a playlist over on YouTube where we do bookstagram style photos and how to do those, how to get those better. I talk about reflectors, bouncing light, how to make things look better, and all of that applies to video as well. So right now when you're looking at me, I have pretty even lighting coming in here. I'm sitting in front of a big picture window. The light is streaming in from right over here, so this is a little more in shadow than this side, but it is being reflected off of my background over here. It's being reflected off of my wall, and that light is kind of filling in. I would not film it so that the light was blocked and I had a bunch of shadows here, like that. You see how my face is in shadows? You don't want that. You do not want harsh shadows. You do not want harsh lighting across your face. So you need to be bouncing light. You can make reflectors for $1 or $2, and you can bounce that light. That is all on Reading Transforms. You can look that up. That's really going to be beneficial to you. And you want to make sure that you're filming with even lighting. So if you're filming outside, do not stand where you're going to be under a tree and you're going to have tree branch light filtering through. Do not go out and film between 11 and 1. That is when the sun is the harshest, especially right at noon. It's right overhead, and it casts dark shadows under your eyes, even worse than what you would have normally. So as you can see, I have some dark circles here. That's just natural for me. And if I had that sun right here, it would be very, very harsh and not good at all. And when you have harsh shadows or moving shadows across your face, that will distract people from what you're saying. So if you want your words to be heard, do not go out when it's bright and sunny and shadowy. You want to go out and film outside on cloudy, overcast days. It sounds counterintuitive, but it gives you that nice soft lighting and it looks way better in your videos. So you want to make sure that it is nice, soft, even lighting. If you are filming inside, you need to either be in front of a big window or you need to have some sort of artificial light, which I do not recommend. If you can be in front of a window, using natural light is better for you. If you do need to use artificial light for whatever reason, make sure you're using a white light bulb, not a yellow light bulb, because the yellow changes your skin tone, it changes the coloring, and it looks a little weird. So you want to use a white light bulb. You can get those at any store. Go to Walmart, go to Target, grab yourself a white light bulb, pop it in there. That's going to look a lot better for you. It's going to have more natural lighting, more even lighting. It's just going to be better. So keep your lighting even. You do not have anything distracting. Don't have harsh shadows, and do not have a blown out face. A lot of people post pictures and video where it's so bright that their light is just making their face glow, and it's not good. So make sure you have even, soft, pretty lighting. Now the other thing is audio. You have to be, you have to be aware of your audio. So after you are done filming, check your audio and make sure you can hear it. You want to make sure that it picks up your words, because if you are too far away from whatever it is you're filming with and they can't hear you, there's no point in it, and you will tear down your background. So like if I tore this down and then realized it didn't pick up my audio, that would be a problem. I have to set everything back up. So check before you leave, especially if you're on location. I go out, I film a lot, and when I have issues, I want to know before I leave that location so that I can refilm it. So check your audio, check your lighting, and with your audio, you need to make sure you are in a quiet location. So if you're outside, there are going to be things that you can't control, like birds, like the wind, like, stuff. That's okay. Just make sure you are in the quietest place possible. If you have a bunch of cars going by, that is not a good location for you to be by because you're going to have cars zooming past in your video making it really loud. If it's a windy day out, you probably want to put it off for another day or do it inside because you do not want that wind to ruin your words. If you are inside, make sure you keep your puppies in the other room so that they are not barking at cars. You want to make sure that people are not there when you're recording, so keep the kids in another room. Have your person take them out. Have a babysitter hang on to them for an hour while you get some video done. You need to make sure it's nice and quiet. People will not listen to videos that are loud and noisy and distracting. I recently did a podcast, and the podcaster lives somewhere where it's very noisy, and he did not go somewhere quiet. And so for the duration of his episode and all of his shows, he has loud banging sounds, people screaming in the background. It was extremely hard to hear him. And you know what? Not very many people listen to that podcast because it is so loud and noisy and distracting. I didn't even re-listen to my episode because it was so very loud. So you got to keep it nice and quiet. You don't want to have things like fans in the background. So back when I first started, here's a fun story for you. I started filming. I set up a background in the summer. I was doing it inside because back then I thought, oh, I should do it inside so it's consistent throughout the entire year because I don't want to go out in the winter and in the snow. And I did my first set of videos, and you can still see these on YouTube, with a background in a room, and it was hot, it was summer, and there was a fan, and I thought, blow the fan toward me, it'll give me a nice hair movement, it'll look great in my videos. What I did not think about was the fact that it was near my camera, and throughout the course of these videos, you can hear the fan very loudly, very obnoxiously in these videos. And because the videos are still so relevant to people, I leave them up, people still watch them, they still interact with them, but it has those fans in it, and I cringe every time I go near those videos. So do not be like me. Make sure you keep your fans away. You can live without a fan for 10 minutes while you're filming. I was under the impression that I was going to batch create that day, and I spent hours upon hours doing this. So I had so many videos with this fan. But you are smarter than that. You will learn from my mistakes. Do not have a fan. Do not have other things that create noise. If you know the mailman's going to come by and your dogs are going to bark, wait until after the mail person comes by. Just take that into consideration as you are filming. Now, the third thing we want to talk about is keeping it short. So you do not want to say a lot of words if you can say a few words. You'll have to forgive me. I'm having an allergic reaction to some scented things last week, and I'm still recovering. So the cough is from that. I apologize. The point here, though, is to keep it short. So if you could say something in 10 words, do not use 30 words. If you can say something in 1 minute, do not make it a 10-minute video. If you can say something in 2 paragraphs, why are you making it 17 paragraphs? Keep it short. People are far more likely to watch videos that are shorter. Think about it. When you jump on YouTube and you type in, how do you do something, and you were looking for a tutorial on how to do something specific, you are going to watch the shorter version. Why would I watch a 40-minute video when I could watch a 2-minute video? As long as I get the information, I am not going to be spending a ton of time doing extra things. So you want to make sure you keep it as short as possible. Do not waste time adding extra things. It's kind of like, those little meme things when people say, why was this a meeting when it could have been an email? We did not need to waste time doing a meeting when it was email. Why would you make a very long phone call when you could have sent that information in a 2-sentence text, right? You want to keep it short, concise, and to the point. So do not babble on. Do not have other things going on. Keep it as short as possible because people are far more likely to watch a short video than a long video. Now, the fourth point is to know what you're going to say. Before you get on to any broadcast, whether it is pre-recorded or live, you need to know what you're going to say. Have those bullet points ready. Make sure you're aware of what you're doing, what you're going to be saying, why it's important, and make sure that you know what you're going to be doing. Do not ramble on. Do not get lost. You want to make sure you have that, either have some notes for yourself to look over or memorize it or pretty much memorize it so that you're ready to go. and you don't want to be saying and get confused, and that's just not good. So make sure you know what you're saying. That's going to help you keep it short and concise. So know what you're going to be saying. Pro tip here, do not swear in your videos, because if you swear in your videos, you are far less likely to be watched when you put your videos out. So let's just assume you create a video and someone is watching it at home and there are small children and you swear. You're going to stop your video, they're not going to watch it, and they are going to maybe remember to come back to it later when the kids aren't around, but maybe not. They're also going to keep this in mind the next time you put a video out. If their children are in the room, they will not watch your video because who knows what you're going to pull in that video. They need to be able to trust that they can watch it anytime, anywhere. So this works for being out in public. This works for people with children. You just want to make sure that this is friendly enough that people can watch it anytime, anywhere without offending people or without causing problems. Because if you cause problems for them, whether it's the fact that they're out in public and all of a sudden their video is swearing, or there are children in the room and they don't want the children to hear this, if they cannot trust your content to be safe to watch whenever, wherever, they will not watch it when you put it up, which means they may or may not remember to put it on later and watch what you have said. If you want to get more watches or more views for your videos, keep it so that they can watch it anywhere, anytime. That may restrict your content a little, and that may restrict your words a little. And to that I say, suck it up. If you want people to watch your videos, you've got to give them every opportunity. If you mess that up, you've done that to yourself. So watch what you're saying, content-wise and word-wise. Now, the fifth thing that I want to talk to you about is getting it all in one take. And this is important because you do not want a lot of choppiness in it. I know a lot of people record things and they mess things up. They have to re-say things, and then they cut it. And when you cut it, it's very clearly a time jump. People are distracted by that because if they see that there's a time jump, they sit there wondering, what did they say? What did they mess up? Do the books behind them fall? Why is this a time jump? Why is their hair different? Why are they in a different location? Like, why is this so choppy? People get distracted by that and they will not listen to your message. You want to get it in one take as much as you possibly can. It's very, very important to get it in as short of a take and in one take as possible. So if you do have some kind of mess up, try to reshoot it. For me, when I am shooting something and I mess up, I stop and I start again. I do not splice up my videos because it's distracting, because it takes away from my content, because it makes people not focus on what I'm saying, but focus on whatever error I caused to have to chop it up like that. So I will take several takes of my video. And sometimes that takes a little bit of time, but it looks more professional. It looks better. It looks better for you. It reflects better on your brand, and it keeps them focused on whatever message it is that you're putting out there. So do it in one take as much as possible. You want to make sure that you're taking very, very good care of what you're putting out there so that people want to watch it and they don't get distracted. Do it in one take. Do it over and over and over again until you get it. And the more you do it, the more the words are just going to flow and the easier it gets. So very rarely do I get one good, clean take the first time when I'm pre-recording videos. I frequently have to do it 2, 3, 4 times to get a good take. And that's okay. I just consider that practice, and I can throw together a blooper reel later if I want to. If I'm live, I just gotta go through it. That's the way you gotta do it. But if you are pre-recording, get it in one take. There's really no excuse for you not to. Practice. You can do this. It's gonna be awesome. It may take a few extra minutes, but the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at. So when I first started out, oh good heaven, it took me a little bit of time to get a decent take. Now I can pretty much knock out a decent take within the first, second, third time. Like I said, I usually don't get it right the first time because I'll say something wrong, or someone in the background will shout, or something horrible will happen, and inevitably I will have to do more than one take. But because I have practiced a lot, because I've been doing this for a while now, I'm far better at it and far faster. So the more you do it, the better it'll get. You just gotta practice. All right, so let's go over this one more time. Pop your questions in the chat box over on the right. You guys know the drill. Let me know what questions you have. We will get those answered. And I'm going to run through these one more time. So the first thing is to hold your camera sideways, horizontally, landscape, so that you do not have black bars on it. The second way that we need to be talking, or the second tip we need to be talking about, is your lighting and your sound. Make sure your audio is good. Make sure your lighting is good. You do not want distracting things in your videos because you want to keep the focus on you and what you're saying. Third tip is to keep it short. Do not expand things if you do not have to. Condense, condense, condense. It's like your book. They don't want you to write a bunch of extra words. Your publishers will have your editors pull those things out if it's not short and concise. Get it short and concise. It's going to help you. Now, the fourth thing is knowing what you're going to say. Make sure you have some notes, have an idea of what you're talking about, memorize it if you need to, but make sure you're aware of what you're going to be saying before you start filming, because it's going to save you a lot of frustration and a lot of time. The last way is to get it all in one take, and sometimes that means getting several takes to get it done. Do not splice up that video and distract people with a spliced up video. So, let me know. Questions. I'm going to grab some water real quick because my throat's going, or my voice is going, and I want to hear from you. So what questions do you have? All right, let's take a look. Lisa wants to know if her phone is going to be okay to film on. Yeah, Lisa, your phone's fine. You gotta use the best quality that you have. If you do not understand how to use a camera, don't use it until you learn it. Use the best quality you have. Phones are fine. I have an iPhone. I know that one's okay for filming. And like I said, you have to be aware of what you're filming. Wow, I got really distracted there. I shouldn't hold things. You have to be aware of what you're filming, and you have to take care to do the best you can. So if that means holding a phone and walking down the street, do it. If that means setting up your camera on a tripod, do it. If that means whatever it is, you've got to do it. So your phone is fine. It's okay quality. It's not going to be a terrible thing if you're using your phone. If you're going to be doing a lot of video, if you have the opportunity to get your hands on a camera, a nicer camera, do it, because you want to get the highest quality possible. You want to give out the highest quality to your fans, because that raises up the respect level for your brand. But I know people who have 7-figure businesses who do their advertising videos on their cell phone, and they walk down the street and they film it, and people love it. So use what you got. It's not like it's a horrible thing if you're using your phone. I use my phone for when I'm doing my live broadcasting, especially when I'm on location. So I will use my phone. You will see a lot of phone quality videos on my page. You can tell the difference between my camera and my phone, but you do what you gotta do. Use the best quality you can. So let me see. John says, talk to us about tripods. You just mentioned that, and I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Okay, John, tripods are amazing because they keep your video steady. This is actually something I wanted to talk about anyway. So with a tripod, you have a place where you're going to be setting your camera. You can see I've actually got my tripod mount right on my camera. I leave it there all the time because I use it so much. And you snap it in, and you can kind of just let it sit there on your tripod, and then you can go in front of it, and you can get it focused on you, and you can film from there so that it is not wobbly, no one's hand-holding it. I recommend getting a tripod. I just do. Under all circumstances, for any reason, get a tripod over having someone handhold for you, because they will stand there and shake. Even as a professional photographer and videographer who does this for a living, if I'm handholding my camera while I'm filming something, it is probably shaking a little bit. Not as much as some people would be shaking because they're not used to it, but I definitely, you notice when something is handheld as opposed to on a tripod. So you want to look as professional as possible. You want to get a tripod. Now, there are tripods, and I didn't bring that over here. I wish I had thought about that. There are tripods for your phone. They're little and tiny and about that big. They would sit in your hand here. You clip your phone in, and you can set it up on a table. If you've seen any of my Instagram stories, I do a lot of behind the scenes. So I've actually shown you my setup for that a number of times. I have little boxes. So I stack up boxes, and then I put my tripod on it with my camera, and then it's the right level. When you are filming with a tripod, you want to be filming either straight on or slightly down. You don't want to be filming up because that's a weird angle. It makes you look bigger. It shows up with your face. It's just not good. So either film down a little bit or straight on. I'm a tall person, so when I'm filming with my tripod, I actually have to lower myself so that I'm straight onto it so that it's not shooting up, because I'm taller than my tripod is. So I actually have to stand with my feet really far apart so that I'm lower and more on target with that. So grab a tabletop tripod for your phone if you're using that. You can get it for like $10 on Amazon. It's amazing. You can get pretty cheap tripods for your actual cameras too. It's so worth the value. whatever it is, it's worth it. Just, you can get really cheap ones. I feel like I got tripods for like 10, 15 bucks on Black Friday a couple years ago. They're just cheaply made, but it works because I put my tripods through the paces. I kind of beat them up and abuse them a little bit when I take them outside and lug them around and do all my work with them. So I don't necessarily pay a ton of money for the expensive ones, except for if I'm using it professionally, usually inside. I do have a couple of nice ones, but I beat up my not as expensive ones. I go through them fast. It's okay. You can get them for cheap on Amazon, on wherever. You can probably get them from like Walmart and Target too. Tripods are amazing. Now, if you do not have a tripod and you are using a camera, find somewhere flat to set it. Stack up books, put it on a table or a desk or something, and just set it there. Cameras will stay put because they are flat on the bottom. Okay, they are designed to stand up on tables, so that's fine. As far as your phones go, you want to stack something up and have something behind it to balance it so that it does not fall, because as you can see, it's just thin. So that's not going to stay up. So you need something behind it to balance it. Whether you are stacking up books and stacking up other books, or you're putting it on a table and a wall, or books and a wall. See, my hand's not flat, so it's not staying. That's the problem. But we're gonna, boom, nope, I'm done. You wanna have something that balances it, okay? So your goal is to get something to balance it. Protect it. Protect it, protect it. Because you do not want your super expensive phone to go falling over. So if you have your phone like this, and you've got it back here, so you're sitting on a table, you've got something back here, you may even want to put something in front of it, do not block the camera, but have it so that it does not tip over. Okay, that would be bad. I've seen more than enough videos of people who have put up cameras and they just tip over in the middle of their show. It's not good. So tripods, super, super important, or balance it so that it stays up. You want to keep it nice and steady. You do not want to handle it. That is really important. John, great question. Thank you. All right, let me see. Gosh, so many. There was one I was looking at. Where did that go? Hang on. Let's find it. Yeah, okay. All right. So Mary would like to know if we need to be talking about editing equipment. Do we just kind of film it and go with it? What's the deal with that? And sorry, Mary, I paraphrased that. So yeah, you can absolutely edit it. You will see my professional videos are definitely edited. I even edit the rebroadcast of my live videos. So when I go on to my Facebook page and I pull those videos down, you'll see I put stuff over top of it to make it look a little more professional. You do not have to. If you can just get it in one take, you're good to go. You can edit, but you got to learn your equipment. So if you have it, learn it, love it, it's great. If you don't, that's okay. You do not need it. Fear-free filming. Yeah, when is the course going to be out? Okay, so last thing. Fear-free filming is coming out in the next few months. I do not have an exact date for it, but we are going to be going through everything you need to know about filming as an author or an entrepreneur. So we're going to be talking about creating your videos. We're going to be talking about what to do with them. We're going to be talking about how to host them. We're going to be talking about how to do video without being on camera. We're going to be talking about how to do things like working with contributors. We're going to be talking about how to deal with your equipment. We're going to be talking about some professional tips for looking and sounding good on camera and feeling good on camera. We're going to be talking about lighting. We're going to be talking about reflectors and bouncing light. We're going to be talking about all sorts of amazing things. It's going to be incredibly helpful to you. I do not have an exact date for that yet, but it is coming in the very near future. It will be out in the next couple of months. I am really, really excited to share this with you. We've had some amazing responses from people who are going through all of our different filming courses and webinars and tutorials and resources, so I know this is going to be incredibly valuable to you. If you are interested, jump over to the chat box right here and let me know. Pop your information in there. We will get you on the waiting list. You'll be the first to know about fear-free filming. Really excited about it. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. All right. I know there's lots of questions. Send those in to me. Direct message me. Email me. I will do some videos for you. We're going to wrap this up because my voice is totally going, and I apologize for that. It's been a long week. And thank you guys. Let me take a second to thank you. It's been a very long couple of days for my family. We had another health issue with my grandmother. She's in the hospital. It's okay. We're getting there. She's okay-ish. So thank you for your concern. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your understanding. I know that it's been a little crazy for me to get everything done this week because we've been dealing with hospital stuff all week. So thank you for your understanding. I really appreciate that. And I will keep you guys posted. I do. Thank you. I'm seeing your notes in the chat room. Thank you. I appreciate that. So if you have questions, let me know. I will do some live videos. I will do some videos. I will do some resources, articles, tutorials, all that loveliness. And we will get more in depth with video. But that's pretty much all I'm going to say today because we have all those really great resources currently out there. And we've got your free filming coming, plus some really cool webinar stuff and some extras. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to wrap this up. I am K.m. Robinson of K.m. Robinson Photography and Reading Transforms. If you absolutely love this, you can jump onto www.readingtransforms.com where you have access to our online courses, our online resources, our tutorials, our articles, our online communities, and the amazing projects that we're working on over at Reading Transforms. Now, speaking of communities, we do have community.readingtransforms.com, which is my closed Facebook group. I'm in there all the time teaching on social media algorithms, how to beat them, how to work within the system to get your content seen, because heaven knows those algorithms are consistently burying our stuff in the feeds, and they are consistently changing. In fact, if you've been following me over at Reading Transforms, in the last couple of days, I have told you some major platform changes to Facebook, to Periscope, to Twitter. You need to be keeping your eye out for those because it is affecting how people are interacting with your content and how much your content is being shown to people. And if you can learn to work within the social media algorithms, you do not have to pay for as many ads. That's all I'm saying. So stick with me. Learn how to do this. It's really important. Got some really cool stuff coming out earlier this week. So check those out. They really, really, really affect you and they matter. So check it out. It's amazing. And then within the community, we also talk about marketing your books. We talk about branding your author brand, engaging your fans, getting them to have a conversation with you, getting them to market your books in a better, more effective, and efficient way. And we've got some really great people over in the community that are happy to help support you as well. So I'd love to see you there. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys have a fabulous day and stay inspired.
Hey authors, I know that marketing your book can be so confusing, especially when you don't have a big budget to work with, but I want you to know that there are ways that you can market your book without costing you a cent. I have come up with a list of 20 totally cost-free marketing ideas that you can implement into your marketing strategy and see the same great results that my own authors have seen when they implemented it into their marketing plan. You can get your very own totally free copy of how to market your book creatively and effectively even when you're flat broke if you jump on to www.readingtransforms.com. Up near the top, you're going to see a spot where you can download it completely for free. It is my gift to you. I hope that you take this PDF and you use it in your marketing strategy and see incredible results, and I can't wait to see what you do with it. I'm K.m. Robinson of K.m. Robinson Photography and Reading Transforms. Stay inspired. Do you have a new book releasing soon? Do you want to create a unique experience for your fans on your book release day? Do you want to interact with your fans, celebrate your book, and be the talk of the industry? Book launch live events bring all this and more right into your grasp. Rita Award winner and New York Times bestselling author Pin Tip Dunn called it the highlight of my release day. Dying to find out if this is for you? Visit booklaunchlive.readingtransforms.com for more info and see if this is the perfect thing for your release day. Do you ever feel like you're alone in the book world? When the conferences die down and you're sitting in front of your computer alone writing your next manuscript, things can seem very isolated. But they don't have to be. Do you ever feel like social media changes are getting the better of you? Do you feel like you need support that you just don't have? You don't have to be on your own trying to solve the algorithms. Join the Reading Transforms community for a group of authors and book world professionals going through the same things as you. Connect and support one another. Hear from industry leaders on technology changes, and get the latest updates on RTTV, the weekly live broadcast that teaches you to market your books and brand yourself more efficiently and creatively. Get the community and support that you've been longing for, and surround yourself with authors just like you. We'll see you there.